Hey guys, what's up? It's about 4:30 in the morning and I can't sleep. So again, I'm going to go through some of the emails that I've gotten, mostly in response to my last two videos about how to DJ your first wedding in a 15-minute rant, and then my Q&A video. Here's the first one. Am I ready? Hi Brian, I'm a little confused about what you are saying. I love music. I work at a local radio station and do the odd DJ gig. I DJ'd at my first university playing dance and club music for around 4 months, but also DJ'd for 5 months in a mainly party, slightly cheesy room at a nightclub. I've done that too. Before I DJ'd at the uni, I worked as a volunteer for 2 years as a light technician, which meant watching the DJs and listening to the music so the lights matched. I cannot wait to go mobile and entertain. I always turn down weddings at the moment as I don't feel I'm ready, but am willing to do fill-ins for residents that are off one weekend, and I do birthday parties. Can you give me some encouragement that I'm doing the right thing, because your videos where every young DJ is a hack unless they do years of watching other DJs is really putting me off, and I'm honest, puts me off of DJing. Are you shaking wannabe DJs to wake them from the dream, or your nightmare? I'm going to go and talk about the last part of that comment, or the email first. I don't want to discourage anyone. The only thing I want to do is see everyone be the best DJ they can be, and I don't really see how they could do that by not getting any FaceTime input or training from someone with experience. So no, I don't want to discourage anyone. There are a lot of people out there with loads of potential, and I don't know you, but it sounds like you definitely have potential and a drive and love for this. And is it my nightmare? No, it's not. Really, if anything, it benefits me that there are people out there who are less than brilliant at wedding receptions, because it just makes me look that much better. So it's not a self-preservation thing. I care. I want everyone to do well. And am I ready? Well, I don't know you, and I don't know what your, I guess, aptitude and potential is, but it sounds like you have the drive. It sounds like that you've got some experience under your belt. If for some reason you can't shadow a wedding DJ and maybe get behind the decks and have them guide you a little bit through some sets or through some activities or whatnot, I don't know. Maybe you could give it a try, and maybe you'll be really good at it. I definitely don't want to discourage you, and I'm really sorry if I did. I talk about young DJs a lot with this hack thing, and that was probably wrong of me to say. And not because there aren't young hack DJs out there, but simply because there are older DJs out there who also kind of hack up wedding receptions. But the reason I said it, understand, please, you have to appreciate my email box, and you have to read my emails to appreciate why I said young DJs, because a lot of those emails that I got that maybe set me off to do these videos in the first place were from really young guys who probably didn't have the maturity level to go out and tackle a wedding reception. I wouldn't want a 15-year-old at my wedding. I'd never get married, but I would never want a 15-year-old at my wedding. I would want somebody at my wedding who could handle Uncle Dave when he gets wasted, and Uncle Dave does get wasted. I definitely don't want to sick Uncle Dave on a 15-year-old kid. Got to have some, I guess, street smarts maybe almost to do this sometimes too. Know how to handle people. I don't always handle drunks well because I don't like drunks, but boy, for a young person to have to be exposed to that, I just personally don't think it's a good idea. And I don't think a young person is emotionally equipped to handle people like that. In general, everyone, there's an exception to the rule everywhere. I understand that as well. So yeah, I'm not trying to pick on young guys with this. I want everyone to do well. And again, I just can't see everyone doing well by just being self-taught and not having any mentorship. Let me do another email. This one, let's see, that last email came from BOYDY141287. And thanks for it, and I hope you go out there and give it a try. The next one comes from SPHEERIX. And the title of this email is Question Relating to How to DJ Your First Wedding in a 15-minute rant video. Hello, Brian. I'm a big fan. I love your product reviews, advice, and I personally have been a DJ for a while now. Let me just say I completely agree with everything you said in How to DJ Your First Wedding, blah, blah, blah. But I have a question which was not fully addressed. How do you go from being a good wedding DJ to being a super awesome wedding DJ? More specifically, what does it look like, feel like, from a DJ standpoint to know when you're doing an awesome job as a wedding DJ? I've been to a good number of weddings as just a bystander, and I've seen their DJs, and I cannot say I saw anything special or even desirable from my standpoint, but if that is what their client wanted, then that's fine. Talking with the client is key, and they always say, good job, keep it up, etc. But I need to hear some advice from an expert like you. Thank you and have a great day. Well, first of all, thanks a lot for those nice words. Thank you. And please understand that you don't always have to agree with me. I'm one guy with a point of view, and you can always take it or leave it. The question is kind of funny because I don't consider myself the king of mobile DJs. In fact, I consider myself, I guess, average. The reason that I'm out there and you're watching me now is because I was in the right place at the right time and doing YouTube videos. And I probably care, and I probably want to help more than the average DJ. But I don't think I'm extraordinary. And I have a lot of room for improvement too. But I guess what I can do is talk a little bit about when I was young and stepped into the multi-op service, where my skill level was. I was pretty good with a mixing board, and I was pretty good with lights. I had done skating rinks, and I was smoother with my mixes than most of the DJs that I was, I guess, shadowing or mentoring, or having mentor me. The DJ who was the mobile DJ, I being the assistant, I was a smoother mixer than they were. But they were better entertainers than I was, and they were better programmers than I was. I remember the first gig I went out on, my first wedding, was with a guy that I only saw him that one time because he joined the military a week later. His name was Johnny Rock. I don't know his real name. And he took me out to this hall somewhere. This was like a Polish-American wedding here in Milwaukee. We have a big Polish community here. And he was doing really well. The dance floor was full. And he said, hey, Brian, how would you like to pick out a tune and throw it on? I was like, oh, great. So I went and I dug through the new 45s that they had gotten in, which were maybe, I don't know, there were probably 12, 13 new tracks in the whole library. And I pulled out one that I liked and I threw it on, and he's, all right, go ahead, throw it in the mix. Threw it in the mix, man. Dance floor just parted like the Red Sea. Like, damn it. I felt terrible. And he looked at me and said, don't worry about it. They've been having a good time. They're drunk. They needed a break anyway. Here, watch this. He pulled out a track. Don't even remember what it was. But he threw it on. And the dance floor was full again. And wow, that was pretty cool. I mean, and that's I guess going back, regressing to the last question, how do you know when you're ready? And I don't know, that's why the training's so important. To get little nuggets like that and to know what you did wrong and what you could do to correct it. It's cool. But I'll also go back and talk a little bit about why I feel it's so great for a younger DJ to work with an older DJ. I feel like when I was a younger DJ and I stepped into that multi-op system, that I brought something to the table that they didn't have. And I guess I still feel that way. I was young, and I had new ideas, and I had a young point of view on what was happening. The guys who were older maybe didn't have that fresh outlook that I had. Think about, and I don't want to compare this guy to me, because I'm not. It's just a point of reference where old versus new complement each other and make amazing performances. Michael Jackson, who we lost last year. Michael Jackson had mass appeal, and maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't, but he had this fresh new sound, and he was an amazing dancer. I thought he was a great singer. He actually wrote a lot of that stuff that he did, and he was a decent writer. He was an experienced performer. But what gave him the mass appeal, I think, was that he was reminiscent to a lot of people of like Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly. For those of you who don't know, these are old actors slash dancers who were in musicals and things way back in the day. People related to him because of that. He kind of brought that old school vibe into a new school thing that ultimately created one of the most famous performers of all time. I think Elvis and the Beatles were probably, they're right up there together with him. And he had that, speaking of the Beatles, he had that whole kind of Sgt. Pepper thing going on that the Beatles had with the military uniforms. And so he could appeal to a wide range of people, all ages, and it made for one of the best performers we've ever seen. So maybe as a DJ, that's how you up your game. You take what you can from the old school, and you embrace it, and you learn from it. And then you take your fresh new ideas from the new school and make them your own and make something real special. I don't know. I guess that's what I kind of did. Not that I'm a super awesome, whatever he said. What did he say? Go from a... I can't even find it now. What did he say? It was cool. How do you go from being a super awesome wedding DJ? That's what he said, yeah. I don't know that I'm a super awesome wedding DJ. But, now, I don't know. Just some thoughts for you. There's one more I wanted to look at. It actually came in through my Facebook account. Let's see. This is from Brandon Winder, I guess. Let's see. I've been watching videos, doing research, and watching others since I was 11. It's a wonderful craft. I have the equipment from turntables to CDNS. I'm not sure what CDNS is. To computer software. I played on CD player since I was 11 years old. I know I have my own company in South Florida. So far, the current wedding DJs that are here are not as friendly as the Midwest ones. They don't want to share the knowledge. Would it be proper to DJ at a friend's wedding and get a feel for it? Like I said, the DJs here don't want to share like you do. I love your videos. I hope you can continue. I hope I can continue all of your guys' craft. All the hard work you and others have put into this is much appreciated. I love music and the craft. Thank you for all you do. Again, thank you for the nice, friendly, positive email, and thank you for the question. Brandon, look, I've got a few friends, and I don't mean this to sound all personal or whatever. I have a few friends out there who are DJs in my neighborhood, but not many. There are a lot of DJs in this city, and I think a lot of the mobile guys know who I am. The club guys have no idea who I am. But very few people who I can trust. I'll give you an example. I did a consult with a client, I guess it was back in maybe October, for Quinceañera. And you saw the Quinceañera that I did. That was the one I did where I talked you through the exchange of the shoes and the doll and all that. When I did the consult with that client, I sent them over to a fellow DJ because they wanted a limo service, and this DJ company happened to own a limousine company as well. I said, look, he's a good guy, go over there, tell him I sent you, and I'm sure he can take care of you. And when they went over there, they said, yeah, Brian Red sent me over here for your limousines. And he said to them, Brian Red? Well, why were you talking to Brian Red? It's like, well, we hired him to do our party. And he said, He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Why'd you hire him? You should hire me instead. Wow, you know. Is that a friend? No, it's not a friend. This guy stabbed you in the back. And I know. I mean, I know. Why would you do that? I mean, I trusted him. I trusted he was going to be a stand-up guy. He wasn't. I got Rich Martinez. I got Julian Esfand. They do the Evolve thing. I brought Rich into my agency. That's cool. I got Wavy Davey. Him and I go way back. Alan Robb sometimes. He's a busy guy. He's got his own thing going. And there are guys like Big Ron and such. But it's not like I have all these great guys calling me up and giving me input. Most of the guys who call me up and talk to me are guys on the West Coast, like Jay Brannon or Simon Fletcher from the DJ business, and I talk a lot on Skype, and he's just a great guy to bounce ideas off of. Or Fosse from Germany. It's not like I've got all these core guys like right here in Milwaukee. It's why we do these international conventions, because we get to actually meet guys who are cool enough to talk to us. So don't feel bad about the guys in Florida. They're probably no better than the guys here in Milwaukee for the most part. But yeah, it's tough. But as far as how to start off doing a wedding reception, if you've got a friend who knows you and trusts you, and you've got a good rapport with them, and he's asking you or she's asking you to do their wedding reception, give it a try. It would be really cool. And I don't know if you could do this or not. This might be way utopian. And I've got utopian ideals on a lot of this stuff, and I probably shouldn't. But it'd be way cool if you could bring somebody with you who you knew had DJ'd wedding receptions before to bounce some ideas off of. And I guess that's the last thing I want to say in this video. Well, besides the fact that I want to go ahead and punctuate the fact that I'm utopian with my ideas sometimes. I don't mean to discourage any of you. I want everyone to do the best they can do. And I don't feel like you can do your best if you're self-taught always. It's definitely a good start, but to take it to that next level, whatever that level might be, you might want to consider some help. Just somebody to give you some ideas or to bounce some thoughts back and forth, whatever. It was cool when I was working for the multi-op, because I worked with several different DJs, and I'd mentioned the Johnny Rock guy. He did his thing, and I remembered what he did, and I thought, wow, how cool. And then when I worked for the next DJ, I don't remember who it was, there were several of them that were just fantastic. I watched what they did, and over time, you know, after a couple months of this, I would start using the mixing boards even more and doing more song selections. So I was starting to incorporate some of the stuff that Johnny Rock did into parties I was doing with other DJs, and it was just this really cool mentorship with all of these guys. And I understand that a lot of you are not going to have that opportunity, but it would be so cool if you could. And I get way too excited about it, probably over emotional about it, and I apologize for that, but I just want to see everyone do well. And it's also a really good idea. Let's say that you are self-taught. If you've got a pal who's a DJ as well, who maybe he's self-taught, it's cool, I think, if anything else. I mean, bare minimum. If you have to go out and do wedding receptions, if that's just what your goal is, and you don't have anyone to mentor you, or they refuse to mentor you, maybe it's cool to bring your buddy out with you, and just so you have somebody to bounce some ideas off of. I really miss that. And I think that's why I started doing the YouTube videos. I thought virtually maybe we could bounce some ideas back and forth, because I'm a solo guy now. I don't work with anyone anymore, and I miss working with people. It was cool. The last time I think I did it was with Alan Robb when he first moved here. No, that's not true. I did it with Rich Martinez as well. But when Alan Robb first moved here, he wanted to kind of see how the Americans were doing things. So I took him out, and I think he got something out of it. I saw a couple sets that I did of music that he maybe didn't think about playing in the United States. And then Rich Martinez and I worked together. And Rich is funny. We'll go back and forth with our songs, and he'll try stuff, and I'll try stuff. And sometimes I bomb, sometimes he bombs. I don't know. You know, some of these weddings it doesn't really matter. You can go ahead and you can throw a dud in there every once in a while because they're tired, it's late in the night, they're drunk, whatever. It's always fun to see what works and what doesn't work, and to get ideas from other DJs. So I'm wrapping this video. Sorry if it's long. Hopefully we'll get back to some more interesting videos very soon. Although these are the ones that seem to get the most comments and views, even more so than the gear reviews. So, who am I? I'm Brian from Milwaukee. I was at the right place at the right time with the YouTube videos. I am not the super great DJ. I'm just somebody who cares and wants to help. That's all. Practice and enjoy.